So I'll just be doing this general podcast on sports as I've been talking about it with my friends for like 90 minutes to like 2 hours, discussing multiple sports issues on online. So we'll cover it. Or the stuff from yesterday too. Talking to my friend, I haven't talked to him in a while. The Nets are basically gaming in 2K. I asked him, "Do you hear about Kawhi?" He asked, "Do you hear about PG-13? What the fuck?" Because FOKC, that's why. The Knicks are officially a high school freshman squad. I wondered why they couldn't report the news about Kawhi and PG-13 4 a.m. in the morning when nobody definitely could have watched. The Suns would be a good matchup for Russell Westbrook. Minnesota didn't do anything. Minnesota getting Westbrook. My friend said Dwight Howard's about to become a free agent. I smell a dumbass move from the Knicks coming. He wouldn't mesh well with DSJ, albeit Dwight only likes posting up. The Yankees are an excellent regular season team, but it's useless because of their starters. Tigers want Glaber for Boyd. He thinks that Glaber is worth an ace and a second. He's very MVP caliber. I'm surprised that Tanaka was in just today. DJ LeMahieu and not Voigt. Who else? Those two were in, not other Yankees. I wonder if the Paul George trade is legal, considering that they got rid of like 4 guaranteed first round picks and 1 protected and 2 swaps. It's basically a decade of picks. And they didn't even do the Boston Celtics Nets deal where it was like every other year. Like they did consecutive years in a row. The Yankees got to keep Gleyber Torres because he's their MVP. Boyd could just be Sonny Gray number 5 or whatever it is, joining the Yankees and not being able to do well in that environment, not to mention the small field. Lance Lynn is doing great in Texas now. Diaz ruined his career going to the Mets and the worst home crowd in the world. Not like Diaz had much say in the matter, according to my friend. Nope, I said. Boyd is good, just plays on a lousy team. I now laugh at how everyone complains. Well, how everyone complained about the Mets catchers last off season. Now they flip flop because the Mets have had good chemistry with those starting catchers, including Devin Mazzaraco. Even though like everyone, they can clutch it. They just don't hit in volumes like Ramos does. I know Ramos tips pitches and stuff. There's rumors about Syndergaard in the Yankees. For instance, they won't do it. They move Wheeler. I think they've lost all equity on Syndergaard. I don't know. I think they might extend Wheeler just because I think he's better than Corbin. He has one bad inning once in a while, but nothing that terrible. My friend was wondering about the Mets farm system. He feels like the best players have made it to MLB level. Well, this is Alonzo McNeil. Gio Rivera has been shown in a while. Other players show up on MLB.com, MLB the app once in a while, ballpark. I guess none of those guys seem as good as Peter Alonso or Jeff McNeil. I thought that Florial was traded, but I probably know Frazier, Estrada, and Florial still in their team. They got The Seattle Mariners got one then. They also got players from the Mets, the Bruce, Cano, Diaz trade. My friend wants the Yankees to keep Frazier, but keep a 2 or 3 spot pitcher to show up. I was wondering if they could trade Paxton. There's a ridiculous amount of players. Morales was already DFA'd. Who knows what's going to happen at Encarnacion? On Tuesday, my friend says pitching for pitching doesn't work. RP Sacramento Kings attendance. Cali's about to have the Lakers, Clippers, and Warriors all in the same state. I go to the Kings game because you're 12 hours away from SoCal. Do you want to drive 100 miles per hour for 12 hours to get to SoCal? The Warriors are now in San Fran. All they have now is Curry. You're going to overlook D'Lo. I don't see him as a Warrior, especially that pay. He's going to be traded on the offseason placeholder for Clay, according to my friend. Draymond with Curry is still a big deal. Thomas coming back over half of the season. The Kings will meanwhile get Harrison Barnes fans. I was wondering if my friend wanted Arrieta at all. My friend wanted the bullpen of the Yankees starting to do a job. Green's first hiccup being called back up. But the bullpen has been really bad lately, according to him. If there's anything the offseason has told me, is that bullpens are disposable. There's only 2 relievers in the offseason that have reached hype this season. And then the Mets signed Familia for no reason. I don't know why, but I have a feeling Betances is going to be a free agent this coming offseason, according to my friend. The Cashman and Steinbrenner don't bother trying to keep him. It's a miracle they signed Ottavino and Britton. To be fair, the Yankees bullpen has held out better than the Mets, where he wanted to be. It's where Ottavino wanted to be. Seems like Encarnacion is still working for the Blue Jays. Laugh out loud. Hitting .183. Hasn't done much to trade according to both SNY and my friend, Yankee friend. Kendrys Morales was a bust from the start. I wonder if Encarnacion's a bad fan reaction so far. Not, even though he was a Blue Jay. How do you blow a game after CC goes to the sun? I guess by tiring out the bullpens with all these 5-inning pitchers, starters. My friend says use Clint Frazier as DH. I don't know why they keep using Romine as a starter and then have Gary Sanchez DH. Gary, who isn't a .10 hitter. But they have Frazier, they have all these other great hitters yet. They have Romine catch and Sanchez DH. Wilson Ramos somehow is the number 4 fantasy baseball hitter and catcher for catchers. It's a waste having both catchers play at the same game for running purposes and because if Romine gets hurt. I was wondering if they still have Shigeoka. He said he's in Scranton, Philadelphia. Basically, since everyone got hurt and they have the best AL record, Boone basically has to win AL Manager of the Year. My friend is surprised that Stanton plays 3 games this year. I mean, Stanton the team or Scranton, okay. Yankees could be all. I wanted to read out before the All-Star break. I guess they can't beat the Twins start 50-50. My friend says Twins and Rays, yes. Nationals, no. I don't think they can beat the Rays, at least not Charlie Morton. I'm laughing at all the Trump fans who liked how KP was traded just because they thought he was from Russia. I don't pay. I don't know what he says. Probably Sonny Gray is an all-star, which is weird. Is Luis Castillo also an all-star? Because he was probably a better pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Was Sonny Gray voted on just to piss off Yankee fans? Probably he was a replacement for Scherzer. Scherzer was pushing today and not getting enough for the All-Star game. When Terry Collins ran the All-Star game, he wrestled all the Mets. Then he didn't let the Mets wear out, rope-a-dope. Rope-a-dope Bumgarner. Putting Reagan for a chair. Area to front to throw a dent in Todd Frazier's skull. Area did 3. He probably pitched 2 in a row, and then they ejected 2 Mets. Refs hate New York teams like the Nets. Get this fly out of the way. My friend is excited about No More PG. I mean, they've had all these hardcore matches, so I don't really care about the PG stuff. He hasn't even watched the free AEW pay-per-view. AEW TV 14. I don't care about WWE. Screw them. Bring the Rock and Stone Cold to the phone. 24/7 champ. He's saying that he just gave up and eventually said they should just focus on the XFL just to run the WWE and get it over with. Steve Ballmer's going to end up owning Kawhi, George, Lou Williams, and Vince McMahon. It's all because Jimmy Jacobs taking a photo with the Young Bucks and getting fired. The Raptors didn't want to trade Siakam for him, for Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Talking about what kind of dirt does Steve Mills have on James Dolan that he keeps getting hired. I was told my dad signing Carmelo Anthony to the max. More news later. What are your thoughts? Like and subscribe.